guys, before you click off my channel, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell to get notified every time I post a video here on YouTube. And go follow my beauty Instagram at _Hailey'sBeauty_. And yeah, so today I am doing a M.A.C starter kit. And before you click off, wait till the end. I have a very exciting announcement if I remember. But if I don't remember, the announcement is on my Instagram already. If you haven't followed my Instagram already, then you should probably check that out. So a little self-promo. And yes, I finally did something with my hair. I finally straightened it because I wanted to see how long it got. And it actually has gotten pretty long. Like, look at this. Like, it's getting there. I want it to, like, right here. So I got about, like, another 3 to 5 more inches, I would say. Until it gets to my goal length. But yeah, so let's just get started. So as you may know, if you go into a M.A.C store especially, but definitely M.A.C counter, M.A.C store, you're probably very overwhelmed with products and like you don't even know where to start. So I gathered this kit for you guys. And this still might be a little overwhelming, but that's because there's a lot, because I wanted to make sure it was accessible for all skin tones, and it wasn't just for people like my skin type. Like, I wanted to make sure for every skin tone there was something. So I will say, like, this will be directed towards more lighter people. This will be direct so you guys know. But yeah, so I am going to get started. I'm going to start with eyes, of course, because eyes are like the main focus. So for primer, you guys probably know what I'm going to tell you. M.A.C paint pots. These are honestly so good. They're a cream to powder finish, and they last up to 15 hours, and they're just an amazing product. I also recommend the M.A.C Prep and Prime 24 eyeshadow base. I had that, but then I ran out of it, so that's why I can't physically show you. But if you went to the M.A.C counter or M.A.C store and told them what you wanted, then they'll know exactly what you're talking about. If I could figure out, I'll maybe insert a picture, but I don't know if I'll be able to figure out how to put pictures in here. But anyway, so yeah. So if you're more yellow undertone, I recommend Soft Ochre, and it's just a yellow paint pot, and I'm in Soft Ochre. I used to be Painterly, but my skin tone has kind of changed as I got older. Like, my undertone has changed. Either that or they didn't match me right the first time at Sephora or whatever, because somebody told me at Sephora I had a pink undertone, but I don't know. And then if you're more pink undertone, I recommend Painterly. This is for people who have a more pinkier undertone, and it just looks like this. I mean, I still use this sometimes. Like, there's not a rule that you can't use it if you're not pink undertone or yellow undertone, but it just looks better if you use your undertone. And then for darker skin tones, I don't have any, so I want to look up I want to look up a paint pot for you guys, because I don't know. Because I don't know what is, and I should have thought about that before this video. Oh, here we go. Paint pots for women of color. That's what I need, because I should have done this before, but I kind of forgot about that. So, okay, so the paint pot that I recommend, I knew this is the one I was going to recommend, but I just couldn't remember the name. I knew it was something work. But if you're a woman of color, I do recommend Groundwork paint pot because that also looks great on women of color. Don't worry, I know what it looks like. I just couldn't think of the name, and that's why I had to look up the name because I was like, no, I couldn't think of what name. Oh yeah, I got my nails done yesterday. Don't they look much better? They're starting to grow back again. I'm excited that they're growing back finally because the other guy shaved them. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I do recommend Groundwork, and then if you're like, and then also like the paints, they have paints, they're basically paint pots, but they are just in a squeezy tube. I recommend Bamboo if you're a woman of color because again, that looks really nice. And yeah. And then if you're into like these, like the matte ones are for up to brow bone. But if you want to go a little bit more daring with it, I recommend Bare Study, which is just a shimmery champagne color. And then if you're darker Indian Wood, it's a shimmery bronzy color. You could wear these as eyeshadows itself, or you could wear these by themselves or with eyeshadow on top of it, but either way it looks pretty. I sometimes wear Bare Study on my lid and then set it with like a shimmery champagne eyeshadow and then put eyeliner if I want to just be lazy, not put on a whole lot of eye makeup. That I used to do that a lot in middle school actually. Sorry, something dropped. My lipstick's dropped. So yeah, I do recommend that too. You could do that, Indian Wood or and then like I said, if you're lighter skin. But honestly, Bare Study would look awesome on darker skin tone too. So it's really just your preference on what you want. So yeah. So now on to eyeshadows. I have a few recommendations. If you're like a middle school or whatever, or just starting out on makeup, like just starting your makeup collection, I'd definitely go for this palette. It is the Dusky Rose x9 palette, and it's honestly the perfect palette because you got your mattes and your shimmers, and they're just neutral colors, and this palette I think would look amazing on any skin tone. If you're darker, lighter, in between, like I honestly think this palette could be versatile for everybody. And like it's small, it's compact, you know, you got 9 shadows and it's just really great. They didn't have these when I first started wearing makeup and when I got into MAC and everything, but yeah, I do recommend this. Like I said, just nice neutral shades for anybody. And like I said, if you're in middle school and if your mom wants to buy you MAC, then I do recommend this for a middle schooler because it's small, not too dark of colors, not too much, has any color, basically every color that you really need. But like I said, in middle school, I only wore one eyeshadow, so yeah. But if you're just starting out with makeup, I do recommend this because it's small, compact, colors are beautiful, very pigmented, and will fit every skin tone. Yeah, enough with me right now. And then I have my own MAC palette, but obviously I wouldn't recommend a MAC palette, but I'm just going to point out some colors that I think would look good on people's skin tones. So the first two, like, okay, so for, how do I want to do this? Okay, for this, if you want a matte lid, and I don't, like I said, for starting out MAC, you don't really need a whole lot of eyeshadows to create a look, like, especially if you're a beginner, but I'll just do a couple. So the first one that I recommend is Brulee. It's just nice matte white. It matches my skin tone, so you really can't tell, but it's just like a nice matte white. And I'm recommending mattes and shimmer. So if you want a matte eyeshadow look, then I'd also recommend Orb, another good lid for your lid. So these are, right now I'm starting off with lid colors. Then I recommend the color Shroom because it's a nice shimmery champagne-y. I'm sorry, you cannot see these at all, and I'm like a horrible swatcher, so yeah. Let me like build this up because this is like, I'm so light and pale that it doesn't show up on my skin. So this is Shroom, if you can see, and my lights are not helping. it's just a like pinky more. It's not necessarily champagne, but it has a more pinky undertone. And then I also recommend Naked Lunch. That's another good shade to have. It's just right here. Just this like pink color. And then I also recommend All That Glitters, which I don't think I have in this palette. I need to get another one. That's it. I ran out of my All That Glitters, but basically it's like a nice in between of a bronzy and champagne eyeshadow. So All That Glitter. So let me see if I can pull that up for you guys so you get an idea, because I'm pretty sure I won't know how to. Okay, so All That Glitters, I just need a swatch, is like a peachy champagne color. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a peachy, nice champagne color, good for beginners. So for the like shimmery colors, I recommend Shroom, Naked Lunch, and All That Glitters. Then for your crease colors, I recommend definitely Wedge. Let's see. I recommend Wedge, which is right here. And then I recommend Bamboo, right there. And then I recommend Soft Brown. Now these are going to be your transition colors, great transition colors. And I know these are a lot of eyeshadows, but like I said, I want to make them versatile for everybody. Wedge I would recommend for darker skin tone. Soft Brown could be for light to medium, and Bamboo is for more light skin people. And then if you want like an outer V, I'd recommend Saddle. Also, I'd recommend Swiss Chocolate. So these are all very versatile colors. Again, it's what your preference. Like I said, these two could go for medium to dark skin. These like two colors could go for any skin tone. Soft Brown, Bamboo's for light. Soft Brown is from light to medium. I recommend Wedge from light or dark. Medium skin tone, I don't know. If you're light like me, I use this usually on my outer V because it's sometimes a little too dark for my complexion. Then for the shimmers, All That Glitters good for everybody, like anybody looks good in it. And then if you're light, medium, or dark, everybody looks good in it. And then Naked Lunch, I would say light to medium. And then Shroom, I would recommend for dark or light. Like these two colors can go for anybody too. Like mostly the shimmers can go for anybody. And then these two shades I would recommend for light to medium. Orb and what's the other called? Orb and Brulee I recommend for more lighter skin people. So that's the eyeshadows. So now we got that part done. Okay, so eyeliner I recommend. There's only two eyeliners I recommend. I mean, M.A.C eyeliners are really good, so I'm not too worried about you guys picking out the perfect eyeliner. But the eyeliners that I'm going to recommend obviously is the M.A.C Black Track Fluid Line, which looks like this. It's just a nice little jar, and it goes, I love this because it glides on so smoothly, and it's basically the eyeliner that taught me how to do wing eyeliner. So even if you're not a beginner in makeup, but you're still beginning trying to figure out how to do the wing liner, I promise you this will be your best friend. I literally taught myself how to do wing liner with this eyeliner, and it's really nice to start out teaching yourself wing eyeliner because it just glides on so smooth. I was saying, even if you mess up with your wing, it's one of those eyeliners that's easy to wipe off instead of you're wiping it off and more black is coming. Like, this is awesome for that, so I highly recommend that. And then I don't have the cap for this because it officially broke because I've had this for a while. But if you want a good bottom eyeliner, I recommend Smolder because it's just so creamy and it glides on so easily. Most people recommend the Pro Longwear. I'm not a big fan of that just because it doesn't glide on as easily. Like, I like my eyeliners to be creamy and glide on easily, and the Pro Longwear you kind of have to like get hard on. So I do really recommend the Smolder one because, like I said, it's very creamy and easy to glide on. Then for mascaras, I only have one because it tops out like all the MAC mascaras that I've ever tried. Well, actually I have two, but the one I ran out of and I need to repurchase it. But this and the other one I'm going to talk about are the two I like the best. And so the first one I'm going to talk about is the Extra Dimension 3D Lash. You know, I'm obsessed with this. I use this in like every tutorial. It's just so nice because it like separates your lashes good and gives it a ton of volume, and it just gives you the most full voluminous curly effect ever. And it almost looks like depending on how many coats you do, like it does after a while, like after so many coats, it does look like you have fake lashes on. So this will forever be one of my favorite mascaras. I really don't use any mascara except this and, you know, the combination that I like to do. So I do recommend this. This could you could use this for bottom or top lashes, and yeah, so I highly recommend this. Yeah. And then for the other one, what is it? It's called the, I want to get the name. It's like, whatchamacallit? I cannot think. It's blue. It's in a blue tube. So, products, mascara. Sorry guys, I'm like on my phone, but I want to make sure I have the name right before I say it. It's in a blue. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. It's the Extended Play. It's the Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I love it. I love it as like a base for your mascara. Like you put that on first, put on a couple coats, and then you go in with the Extra Dimension 3D Lash, and together they make magic lashes. Like, and the Giga Lash is just mainly volume, and it just makes your lashes volume. But I also do love it for bottom lashes. It's a great bottom lash mascara. That's like that's the only mascara I really do like on my bottom lashes, and this sometimes. It just depends on the day, but yeah. So now on to lips. I got a couple options for you guys. Again, you can take them, leave them. But I wanted to make sure they were versatile for all skin types instead of just for my skin type. So the first color I recommend is Soar. I mean, well, I only have 2 lip combinations. Liners, if you're just starting out, MAC, I really don't think you need a liner, but if you want, then go right ahead. But yeah. So the first shade that I recommend is Soar Lip Liner with Myrrh or however you want to pronounce it, lipstick. And I'm wearing it on my lips right now. As you can see, it's like a rosy, nudie pink. It's like the perfect lip for Kylie Jenner lips, I guess. But this shade I recommend more for the lighter side. Darker skin tones, I think it just depends how dark you are. I feel like darker skin tones should do more peachier lips, because I feel like pink sometimes like takes away from their makeup. Like they can have these beautiful eyes and then like they have bright pink, and I just love when darker skin people focus on their eyes, because they all, like, every darker skinned person I've ever met have like gorgeous eyes, so I love when they focus on their eyes and then just do that glossy lip. Like, I love that so much. So this is from sorry, I keep on like getting messages. But these two are like for like, I'd say like light to medium skin tone. Darker, if you're darker skin tone, I would recommend you to try it on at MAC because I've never seen this combination on darker skin. It might look good on you, but I don't know. I feel like it would take away from your eye look. So, yeah. The next recommendation I have for you guys is Velvet Teddy, and this I recommend from like more medium to darker complexions. I mean, if you're like my skin tone, it looks okay. It's not my favorite to wear. Like, I like to have a little tan with it, but like in the winter, it's not my favorite to wear on me because I get really pale in the winter. But if you're like medium to dark, I highly recommend this combination, and it's the color Subculture lip pencil with Velvet Teddy. Another lip liner that goes good with this is Boldly Branded or Branded Bold, I forget. But it's just that perfect nude, peachy nude that everybody looks for. Like, yeah. Again, if you're pale like me, wouldn't recommend it in the winter time unless you unless you put a lot of bronzer on, because I notice like it looks better once I put bronzer on my face in the winter. But this is more geared towards medium to darker skin tones in my opinion, because it doesn't look the best on me when I'm super pale. So, yeah. And then I have two other lipsticks, but unfortunately I don't have liners for them. The next lip I recommend that will be awesome on any skin tone is Angel. It's just this nice pink, and I think would look gorgeous on either or light, medium, or dark. Like, it's just that one of those colors that are so versatile that would just look amazing on anybody. So, yeah. And then the next color I do recommend is Shy Girl, which this is my first MAC lipstick I ever purchased ever. Brings back so many memories. And this is still on my first tube, and I know you probably think that's disgusting. This is like about 5 years old. I know it's disgusting, but it hasn't expired or anything because it still smells new or anything, so I'm like good. But it's running down. I refuse to give this away until I'm completely, but I will probably forever keep this to just remember it's my first MAC lipstick. I might want to make it into a necklace, like somehow drill a hole in this and then wear it as a necklace. Like, that'd be cute. But this is Shy Girl. My camera stopped recording, but we're almost done here, guys. Hanging tight. But this I recommend is Trace Gold. I recommend this for more medium to darker skin tones. If you're pale like me, wear it in the summer or be light-handed with it in the winter. But I think it looks gorgeous on anybody. It's just a pretty shimmery, like, I don't know, but this would especially look good for women of color because it just like shine on your darker skin, and I would just love to see it on a darker skin. And then for my last blush is Mocha. It's just a matte blush, and I think this works for everybody because it's a nice neutral, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a mocha color. Like, it's a pinky, brownish, peachy color. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just that neutral blush color that I think everybody needs in their collection. And it's matte, so in case you don't like shimmering or blush, it looks really nice on light to medium colors. I never seen it on a woman of color, like a darker, but I'm pretty sure it'd look amazing on a woman of color too. So, or man, whatever you are. But highly recommend this. I use this in the winter time because it just gives me that healthy look to my face, and it just is really nice for my skin tone. Then for highlighters, I'm not going to go into bronzers or contours just because everybody has a different skin tone, so I obviously don't have a bronzer color for the women of color, and everybody has different preferences on if they want a more orangey bronzer or a more like brown bronzer. It's all up to what people's preferences. And I wasn't even going to do highlights, but then I'm like, since highlight is kind of in trend right now, I might as well just show them, and then you guys could decide if you want to highlight. But honestly, if it's your first time at MAC, you really don't need a highlighter. But if you want, I have two for you. The first one is Soft and Gentle, another one that everybody raves on YouTube. And it's just this light champagne-y, shimmery shade. And I actually use this as eyeshadow sometimes, so it's like a win-win. Like, this is like the perfect eyeshadow shade too. Like, it looks gorgeous on the eyes, by the way, especially if you have blue eyes. But this looks amazing on girls that are lighter, light to medium. But, I mean, again, a woman of color would look good on you, but it might look a little too pale on you. Like, I feel like it just looked too white for you guys. Like, not too white, but too light. Like, it wouldn't show off your nice darker skin tone. But I highly recommend this. It's been a staple for me for years. It will forever be one of my favorite highlights, and I love it so much. Next, for women of color, I got the color, I got a highlighter from the Extra Dimension line, Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and it's Oh Darling, and it's just this nice gold shade. I couldn't wear it for the longest time because I am pale, and I got tanner over the summer, so now I could wear this now, but it would look gorgeous on women of color because it would just give you that nice gold highlight. And I love when women of color wear golden highlights because it just makes their skin look that much luminous and glowy, and it just makes them pop like even more. So I do highly recommend this for a woman of color, skin tones medium to dark, not skin tones as pale as me. So, okay, I'm not going to go into brushes because that would take way too long, and although I do have a lot of MAC brushes, it wouldn't be, I don't have enough foundation brushes to recommend for foundations and stuff. But I mean, when you're starting out with MAC, you really don't need to start out with MAC brushes, like, because they're expensive. You could get like a cheaper set, but I do say MAC is one of the best makeup brushes I have. Like, Morphe and MAC are like kind of neck and neck, but like MAC, I love their brushes so very much, and they just have amazing brushes. I wish they sold them in sets like Sigma and Morphe, because I know they do for the holidays, but they're like short brushes. Like, I wish they sold them in bigger sets and stuff. But yeah, if you go to MAC, just ask a makeup artist and they'll tell you what your like staples are. I have a few in mind, like the 224, the 217, the 239. Those are like my staple eye brushes, but I don't really have a staple face brushes from MAC because I don't have that many face brushes from MAC. I have more eye brushes than face brushes from MAC because face brushes are more expensive. But yeah, so the exciting news that I wanted to tell you is, and the reason why I mainly did this video, is because I am an intern at MAC now. I got an internship with MAC. You guys know that I know the ladies really well at MAC, and you guys know that I've been like best friends with them, and they've known me since a little girl. So finally I get to do what I love and what I've been dreaming about since day one, and I can't wait till one day I get to work for them and stuff. But I mean, interning is just as good because I'm still learning about the company brand, but I can't wait for this new journey and see how far MAC really takes me. MAC is an amazing brand and everything. So I'm excited because honestly, now that I have this, I will learn more about makeup and everything, and then I could bring it to my job at the spa, and I could maybe help out at the spa with the makeup and help my boss with the makeup part of it too, at the spa that I'm at. So it's just really cool, and it's funny how things go full circle. But I love you guys so much. Before I keep on blabbering on, this video is way too long probably, but I love you guys so very much, and don't forget to subscribe and go follow my beauty Instagram as per usual, and turn on my notifications. But I love you guys so much, and thanks for watching, guys. I love you. Bye!